Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is the last episode of Apothecary Diaries Season 2 before we're caught up. Episode 9. Leave a like and subscribe. Hopefully we won't discuss as much this time. Haha, actually, of course we will. This video is probably like 2 hours long. Leave a like and subscribe for that. Let's go.
Looking at the thing.
Yeah.
I hope that they reveal in this episode what it is, or else I'm gonna go crazy having to wait.
I thought it was an ox bozar or whatever that is.
Oh.
That's what my mind went originally, like the gallstone from the ox or whatever.
It's kind of a non-negotiable for this. Empress chill.
Unless the emperor is the one who caused the death of his dad because he was a piece of shit and because he knew he was bad for the empire and for the country and for the people and for all these girls that he's been like, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the secret. That's why it's been kept so secret. He might say no. I wonder if their mirror is going to be broken because she didn't go back. This whole thing's just starting to feel really off.
You're using paper and candles?
She's reading smut books? Book talk queen?
Well, when you say it like that.
Oh, his toys.
No, no.
Oh, I wonder if there's gonna be evidence in that room that Jinshi was playing in there when he was a little kid. Gaoshun.
Why don't you just let him keep his stuff?
Oh, oh my god, that's what Gaoshun said to Maomao when Jinshi wasn't around in his office, I think. He was like, if he focuses on one one toy too much, he can't blah 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 or whatever it was. And yeah. Born into a position that doesn't allow for that. That's like, yeah. Or maybe Jinshi said it, I can't remember. His mother.
It couldn't be that he's significantly younger than he's supposed to be.
Something that's gonna match the room.
Oh, a picture of him when he was a kid.
No, they don't have cameras.
No, like a drawing.
Portrait? I wonder if she knows some.
That's not just a pebble.
That ain't no pebble.
Crazy. It's poison. So she's not touching it. Where'd he get that?
In his toy box, no less. Were they trying to poison Jinshi? They were surely trying to poison Jinshi.
No, he picked it up off the ground after the Emperor dropped it in that flashback. The Emperor dropped it on the ground.
Yeah.
Jinshi just picked it up. They probably weren't trying to poison Jinshi,
They were trying to poison him.
the Emperor, but he dropped
The
one.
his grandmother mom, the current Emperor's mom,
Yes.
was trying to poison him. Maybe that's why
Or
she was
the-
looking so intense.
Or the previous Emperor's mom was poisoning her son, like I was saying before.
If she was like, that would ruin her power, because then it would just go to her grandson who despised her.
This is true, unless he was like I can't tell, but like if it was the kind of poison that was like quite slow acting and it like made him into like a more like dementia style state, then that would be only good for her because he would be really easy to control.
It seemed like she had everything under control.
Yeah, this is true.
It seemed like she had everything under control. And Jinshi's mom, grandmother, Anshi, I guess we should call her, she was looking really pissed off and upset.
Yeah.
Probably because she knew what it was. Probably because she put it there. Or cursed him. Maybe that was the curse. That's the curse.
Maybe someone told her like, oh, put this in
Give
his
this to
stuff
him,
and
yeah.
then it'll curse him. Yeah.
Yeah.
睡蓮様、明日になれば皇太后様の言う呪い、先帝のご遺体が腐らなかった理由もはっきりします。それまでお待ちいただけますか。
Jesus.
いつの間にか人種
I wonder if Suren's playing dumb and she knows exactly what was going on. So she's like little bead of sweat as Maomao's just like, Suren, I'll tell you exactly what happened tomorrow. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
なかったんだけど。
Jinshi wants to know too.
鼻につく匂い、カビの匂いだけではなさそうだ。穂先が平たく揃えられた筆。やはりこれは絵を描く趣味があったのでしょうか。一度だけ描いていただいた。
Oh, that picture?
ここだけの秘密だとおっしゃっていました。れたら取り上げられてしまうからと。
Ooh. When she was like really young, probably?
本人はレース。
同じものがついていたはずです。
その方を呼べますか。
確かまだ働いていたと思います。
呼びましょう。
He drank a bunch of paint thinner and
Was it the old guy
mummified himself.
at the temple? The shrine, or the shrine of choosing or whatever? Maybe that's...
Oh, maybe. What if he like drank a bunch of formaldehyde?
Do they have formaldehyde in this time? That's the thing. That's the only thing that could... But it doesn't work that long.
Yeah.
床には半透明のかけら。必死に拭き取ろうとしたような汚れもある。そしてその汚れは壁に近づくほど増えている。
That must be where the painting was? Oh!
柔らかい。分厚い紙を何重にも貼っている。
Whoa.
状にするためか表面に塗料も塗られている。呪いには大方見当がついて一つ。
Should you paint like a mural and then they cover it up?
Maybe.
あなたが
Mm-hmm.
今日人の部屋を任されるにはかなり高齢に見えるけど。あるのですが。
Wait, is it the same? Is it not the same guy?
元奴隷だった喋れます。
Oh.
Oh, that's
He
convenient.
took out his
そう
tongue.
いう口が聞けない人を選んで使用人にすることはままある。さらされるやんごとなき方ならなおさらだ。では首を振るだけで構いません。この部屋に絵などはありませんでしたか。何かあったと思いますが、娘の話など聞く耳はないということか。いや、違う。何かを隠している。壁に何かあるのですか。
That's all I need.
この壁紙、はいでもいいでしょうか。
Oh god.
でも言わんばかりだな。構わないわ。どうせ壊されるのだもの。それで何かわかるならば。
Oh shit. Oh, did she wet the paintbrush to see what color was in it before? Maybe? Oh no, just to wet the paper.
Yeah.
A mural. You're right. Of what?
His dead mom. Oh.
この絵。
なんだそれは。
Is it of the original?
先帝の人間性に興味はない。身の頂に立ったために本当に。
Or is it? Oh, is it
なくなったのだろう。
concubines?
この絵には
His mother and
この女性が
concubines?
着ている衣の色、
Mm,
竜
it
王
is.
という石を砕いて作った絵の具だと思います。
Orpiment. Oh.
竜王はひどくを持っています。
Oh!
そしてひどくにはやりにくくする作用があります。
Really?
Mm.
After a
壁
year?
紙か何かに使われた硫黄を知らずのうちに体に取り込んでいたのではと考えていました。
After a year long?
筆の形状違う可能性が出てきました。硫黄を元にした顔料を使っていたのです。
Mm.
硫黄に含まれるひどくは
Probably got all over his hands and breathed it in while he was crushing it up.
亡くなられる頃には全身に回っていたはずです。
Hmm.
で絵を描き続けたこの部屋で。ともあろうお方が絵を描くなんてとんでもないと。少なくとも周りはそう捉える。バカ殿と呼ばれた選定でも公にはしなかった。
Hmm.
社に部屋の管理を任せていたのもそのためだろう。弾力がある。
Something underneath that.
一体何枚
Oh, I wonder if he just kept painting and they just
これ
kept
ほど
covering
多
it
く
up.
の絵となると道具を用意したのはおそらく選定の母である女帝。この絵の女性は分かっていた。自分の子が帝にふさわしい器ではないことを。だから偶然帝の地位を手に入れた悪を守り自分のもとに権力を集めた。たとえ女帝と呼ばれるようになったとして。
Oh, yeah, in the OP, it's not in Jinshi, he's just wearing the getup. It's the guy, and then he's being, like, kept in, like, his mother's grasp.
Yeah. Devouring mother awe
女帝と呼
moment.
ばれるようになったとしても何でもした女帝が最後に与えたのがこの場所と
And then it
絵を
killed
描く
him.
道具だったとは知らずに
Wow.
なんという皮肉だろう。
Unless this Empress Dowager is the one who gave him that.
ええ、十
And
分
that's the curse.
まるで早急の彼方にいる誰かに問いかけているみたいだ。なんて感傷的になってるな。
She's just gonna rip it down.
はあ、腹が立つ。かすれていてもなお、あの方の存在感は大きい。
Perspective of her? Don't touch that.
私はこの絵の中にいるのかしら。いいえ、所詮私など通り過ぎるだけの存在。ここにある傷跡のおかげで国母としての今があるに過ぎない。 偶然選定の手にかかり身ごもった幼い娘。同情する声もあった。確かにそんな娘はいただろう。しかし帝の性癖のことはあらかじめ知っていた。
Oh.
父は文官で母はそして幼い顔の割には所長が来るのが早かった私を父は都合のいい道具として利用したのだ。9妃の次女として入った。妃は腹違いの姉。長よ花よと育てられた姉は知る由もなかった。ねえ、アンシ、鎖をつけてちょうだい。お姉様
Her dad sent her in here as,
On
like,
purpose.
bait.
Yeah.
がいらっしゃるのね。この前遠目にお見かけしたけど、とても美しい方だったの。そうですか。お待ちしておりました。
He looks
He
just
looks
like
Jinshi. Is
Jinshi.
freaky.
Ugh. Ugh.
どうぞ中へ。
What the fuck is wrong with
その
him?
姿はとても国の頂点に立つ者には思えなかった。次女ならば妃を慰め、帝に比例を浴びるかすればよかったのだ。けれど
She shot her shot. Yikes. Yikes mode.
大丈夫でしょうか。帝の目は確かにこちらを捉えた。野心に満ちた少女の目を。
All right. Well, I don't know what to think about that.
ども命の危険にさらされた。幸運だった子が男子で、女帝が孫であると認めてくれたことだろう。よしよし。
Was that Suiren?
よ
以前女児を産んだ娘は先帝の子だと言い張ったが、先帝に知らぬとその父親とされた遺憾が女児と。
Wait, hang on.
以前女児を産んだ娘がいた。先帝の子だと言い張ったが、先帝に知らぬと否定す。その父親とされた遺憾が女児と共に追放された。当時遺憾だ。
This is the Emperor? Yeah, Doctor. Sorry.
女児と共に追放された。当時遺憾だけは皇宮内で虚勢を免れていたから、遺憾も虚勢を義務付けられた。
うん。
この腹の手術をしたものも飲めない。
女児を産んだという娘は一人皇宮に残された。女が皇宮を出ることは一生ないだろう。それからさらに時が経ち、少女に。
Whoa.
Am I missing something?
A doctor was declared the father. Oh, that's... Once a girl who gave birth to a daughter claimed she claimed that the girl was the late emperor's daughter, so pedophile emperor's daughter. But he denied it. So the baby had to be sent away. Doctor was declared the father, was exiled with the baby.
Oh, so they're saying this is why all the doctors then had to be castrated.
Yeah.
And that's why she is voting for them not to be castrated anymore. Because now that she's lobbying for no more eunuchs in the rear palace, so because she knows that the doctor probably wasn't the father, and
Yeah, right, that makes sense. Why they're showing Loman, I think, just as context for why he had to be castrated, but I thought they were,
yeah, she's saying that he was just unfortunate, I guess.
Oh yeah, so I thought they were connecting him to that other girl. The doctor was declared the father and was exiled with the baby. That's probably Suirei. Doctor in the rear palace, who, was super powerful.
Yeah.
Adopted Suirei. I didn't think it would happen that early, but there you go. That's probably her. Yeah, I thought that they were saying, for a second I thought that they were saying that he was the doctor and he got exiled, like they were tying in a whole other fucking plot line, but no, I think that's her internal thoughts from when she had Jinshi's uncle, I guess, whatever.
Yeah. Wonder who it is.
少女の外見で亡くなった私に先帝は会いに来ようとはしなかった。はい、師匠様が進言なさったのか。
Master Shisho.
皇宮はどんどん大きくなり、私と同じ使命をたちが次々にやってきた。女帝の傀儡としてのみ存在し、幼い娘にしかまともに話しかけられない。
Really, man? It's very uncomfortable seeing basically Jinshi behaving this way. I'm sorry, what? I thought you were chill. What's going on here?
Oh.
大人の女になったから、それともこの腹の傷がネアの中、許しをこうて怯える男をいたぶった。男に手をかけられた。
He is damaged.
偉大な母である女帝よりも思い出につなぎ止めるために。その後先帝は心を壊してあの胸に引きこもった。
Oh.
Wait. Did she rape him? She full on raped him?
あの男はこの部屋で女帝である母、野心のない娘たちばかりを思い描いていたのだろう。一度だけ。
It was just a picture of her.
Okay, I thought it was a little bit more sinister than that. but Suiron wanted to keep it because it was a good likeness of her.
昔あの方が私たちの元へ来たことがありましたね。
ええ、何年前だったかしら。
あの時こんなものを拾いました。これが有王なのだそうです。
この石。
今朝水蓮がようやく返してくれました。
そう。不義のこと言われようと取り違えられた子であろうとに違いないのに。
一度私はあの絵を見たことがある気がします。年若い娘の絵で淡く色付けされていました。石を拾ったのはその絵を覚えていたからでしょう。
と言ったはずなのに。
昔あなたは好んでこの色を着ていらっしゃいましたね。
This is so weird. This is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
たまたまよ。
あの絵の女性は本当に女帝なのでしょう
It's
か。
her.
あの方は何
Oh, with the her outfit. He was thinking of her the whole time. He wasn't thinking of his mother.
知らないわ。
And she's a little bit smug about it.
知ろうとしないことを選んだ。それよりもあなた、ずいぶん面白い女官に目をかけているようですね。
なかなか使えるものです。
そうね。でも、それが全てではないことくらいわかる。何年も見てきたのだから。お気に入りは隠しておかないと。
I got
誰
taken
かに
away.
隠されてしまうわよ。
Holy
What
shit.
the fuck? Jesus
It
Christ.
also makes a lot of sense why she like no one ever suspected a baby swap when he looks fucking identical to the guy that was supposed to be his dad.
Right. That's true.
He like she would never be like, "Oh, why does this guy look like a combination of my son and his girlfriend?" You know? It's just it's like he fucking he looks like a combination of his actual mom, but the previous emperor, not the current emperor. You know?
Dude. Like the fact like so she got pregnant, had a C-section when she was young because she was too small, and then she had the current emperor. And then she raped him like way later and then it produced in her mind jinshi. And Jesus Christ, that was, and her emotions surrounding this are beyond what I would have expected from this story. The fact that it was all ambition, and it was from a young age, like she obviously matured faster, both in body and seemingly in mind, than maybe she was supposed to.
Well, she
She was like 10!
Yeah, no, I know, I'm saying,
she-
like, she clearly, because of the position that she was put in by her family, she had to, like she clearly, it was, like, she...
I got it that because of the position, but it's also just seemingly how she thinks. Like, it's not just that her family was ambitious, she's making the best of a bad situation. It honestly feels really gross to be discussing, like, a grooming scenario where, like, she was the aggressor in the situation, and it's like, I want to make it clear, like, this whole thing is weirding me out, not in an uninteresting way. It's just very, this is an uncomfortable topic, I guess, to talk about, but it's the fact that she wasn't just, like, dealing, like, we had the idea that she was like a victim and she was like just
she's
dealing
definitely still a
no
victim.
She is still a victim, but that she was purely a victim, that she had all agency removed from her, and not until she was the idea we had was that she was put in this situation before she had any agency, any choice, before she had any ambition or reasoning of any kind, and she was just a child, and not until she grew up and she got more agency, then she got her revenge by killing her husband. That's like a more classic take. But the fact that her, like, internal monologue reveals a lot more like jealousy and like
Well, I think that's
ownership
that's like
and pride relate. Like they said she was a prideful woman, but like the fact that she felt like she deserved to be thought of by the emperor. Like, and maybe that's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, well, I think that it can be common for like victims of abuse to be jealous of like the attentions of other that they're giving to other people, as a coping mechanism, as like if I was so like, even though it's like, oh, he like gave attention to her in that way and then now he's not, so now I'm like fucked up about that, but it's hard to be, you know what I mean? It's like
So,
really
and
messed up for her, but she like she got basically told like it is your job, and like she was a child, but it's like it's your job to go in there and have the next like prince of this country.
It's hard to say if she actually knew, I guess. It seems like she did, but it makes it very complicated.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
Well, I think it's like, okay, imagine you're like 10 years old, you get your job assignment, and it's to go in there, and she succeeds with flying colors. She gives birth to the prince. She, at the sacrifice of her own body, where she has to get a C-section and is like super fucked up.
And nearly died like a million times during pregnancy.
And then after all of that, it still doesn't make him care about her as she gets, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, after all of that, after all her like sacrifices, basically, she's still not the most important person. It's his mom and other little girls, you know?
And then she also feels undesirable as well, in a way, because
it's like she served her, she's like fucking dried up and useless at the age of 12 years old, you know? And yeah. But it makes sense why she would kind of just go fucking insane if she's, you know, just after what she'd been subjected to. And then what's extra crazy is then the emperor got his mind fucking absolutely broken by essentially the exact same thing that he had been doing to a bunch of like little girls the whole time, you know?
You mean the rape?
Yeah. I know. I'm saying like he just like rapes a bunch of kids, and it makes him feel good, and then someone technically like many years younger than him does it, but it creates the same like feeling, and he is literally broken and like fucking like completely mentally incompetent until he dies, you know?
Yeah. This is like way this is on one hand it's more than I was prepared for, but again not that I like what's going on here necessarily, but in terms of storytelling,
it's an interesting story.
No, yeah, they're taking a big risk, and it is historically significant, you know, like with feudalism and power imbalances and, you know, women as property, you know, the type thing, like all this type of shit, and patriarchy, however you want to say it. Just the commentary, like the commentary, and not in a like quasi millennial academic trying to make a difference type commentary on the patriarchy, but like in an actual examination of what someone might feel like if they were in this situation, and not just in an easy way, not just like in the way that we thought. We were thinking of it in a much more one-dimensional sort of perspective. And I think that's what's partly so surprising, is that we were picturing it just as a very one-dimensional, again, just as the victim, just as the capital V victim. That's all it is. And she took revenge, and she freed herself to secure the safety of her children. And that's it. But the fact that it's a little bit more twisted and
it like shows
fucked up, you know, it's a big risk from a storytelling perspective, and it makes you as an audience member have to consider a lot of really uncomfortable angles to this perspective. And, you know, the fact that she raped him as well, you know, I guess you could have multiple perspectives on that. Maybe you could say he's getting a taste of his own medicine. But with how pathetic he is, it's also that, like, he was just a puppet. It's like, it's not even, like, obviously what, and again, it's not apologizing anything that he did or has done. But it's like, he's a product of his position. He's a product of his situation. Is he has this power imbalance, and it, like, I don't know, like, it gave him opportunities without any oversight, without any instruction or any whatever, to just become whatever fucked up version. No guidance, no, like, nothing, like, you know? Like, obviously, he had this fucked up tendency in him to begin with. That's how it works.
It's also
but,
the
like,
thing is, like, they promoted it, but only, like, his mom and everything, but only because they had literally no other choice, because all of his other brothers died.
Yeah.
If his other brothers were alive, then this might have been the guy that they fucking shut up in a room on the side and forced him to paint all day and never let him out. You know what I mean? Like, he could have been, like, the societal reject that he should have been, you know?
Yeah, but, like, he was obviously...
But they needed new heirs.
He was obviously a monster, but he was allowed to be a monster because of the situation. You know, he was allowed to prey on people because of the situation. And then I think it's, I guess it's supposed to be, I guess, you know, then maybe I'll put it as a question. It didn't feel triumphant when she raped him to me. It just felt like another fucked up thing is going on. Like another, it's not like tragic, I guess, because he is a rapist, but it's like, it definitely, I wasn't expecting that from her.
I don't think that it gave her, like, I think just, like, in a way, it kind of gave her the satisfaction, because she knows based on the picture, and she's like, oh, I'm not speculating whether that's me or not, but judging by the, like, we can assume
picture,
that he painted her as slightly more grown up than like that. So it's just like, she did, you know, she permanently broke his mind and cemented herself as, like, the most prevalent person within it, for better or for worse. But I feel like it's also just, it's like she could have killed him, but that wasn't what her...
Well, because she wanted to, like, own him. She wanted to own his desire. She wanted to, like, be the fucking empress. She wanted to have control over, you know, and I think it's also it's a weird, like, Oedipal situation, or a devouring mother. Like, she wanted to take the place of his mother in his mind. This, you know, and so she confronted him like his mother confronts him, with, like, controlling and, like, forcing him and whatever, and then she did take the place. And I think that's also, like, it in, like, a Freudian way, like, a little bit more fucked up, that she wanted to be that for him, and that then it worked for, like, from a story way, like, in analyzing it, it's like, not only did she want this, like, weird fucked up thing, she raped him to do it, and then it succeeded, and she feels, like, a little bit satisfied with herself, like, 20 years later, or whatever it is, that she succeeded in, that her rape made a fucking, and, like, again, the back on it, it depends on your perspective. Like, it's also a little bit like, oh, she raped the rapist, she, like, gave him a taste of his own medicine. And some people will see that as, like, a really good thing. I don't think rape of anyone is okay, rapist or not. I mean, some people deserve a lot worse treatment in their lives depending on what they've done. I think it opens. The point I'm making is that it opens up however you want to think about it, and I like that. That's a big risk to not to allow the audience to, like, go through. These are really complicated, like, again, like, Freudian, like, fucked up things. And there's also, again, I keep saying Oedipal. It's like this Oedipal complex again, where this is Jinshi's mom, and she's, like, looking at Jinshi, not in a desiring way, but it naturally, like, again, this thing of the wife taking the place of the mother and type things, and the son, you know, like, the fact that her son is, like, it looks exactly like her husband is, like.
Yeah, and it's like, she looks at Jinshi, and she does talk about, like, oh, some people would say, like, this is a child of, like, a monstrous act, like, this is like a not good thing, but, like, it's still, like, her son, and she doesn't view it as like, oh, I hate this child because it reminds me of this kind of thing, which because it was her choice,
Right. Well, yeah.
She purposefully decided to like create jinshi, whereas when she was 10, obviously that was in her like goals, but like a 10-year-old doesn't have the agency to decide that they want to have a child by the fucking emperor of the country.
Yeah. It's also you think she knows about jinshi? I don't think she does.
I don't think she does. I thought before maybe she would, but judging by
I thought
this,
before she would too.
there's no fucking way. She doesn't. She doesn't know, especially with the fact that he looks so much like him.
Yeah.
No one who saw the other guy could mistake Jinshi for anything other than his son.
It's also funny that they just had this whole thing about like recessive genes.
Yes.
Like it's funny because also that must be the anime thinking about this, because obviously people are described a certain way in the books, but it's all words, so they could look as similar or different or whatever. It's all about the description. Mm-hmm. But in the anime, they chose to make him and Jinshi look identical, and maybe there's a line about that in the book. I don't know. But it's storytelling things like that because you could think of it like it's calling back to the Shrine of Choosing, where this recessive gene of like color blindness is like supposed to be bred in and bred out, and like it goes away for a generation, then comes back, blah blah blah. Well, he looks exactly like not his father because it skipped, the whole idea of things skipping a generation of like, the son doesn't. Jinshi's actual dad, the current emperor, doesn't look anything like his father.
Yeah.
But he's his son. But then Jinshi looks exactly like his father when really it's his grandfather, because it's like, the fact that they introduced all that in the anime, I think whoever's doing the character designs or the director or somebody must be playing with that, or if they didn't, they did on accident and it worked out really well. Mm-hmm. But this was a really fucking weird and actually incredible episode. Maybe my favorite episode, I'm gonna be honest.
It's crazy.
It's the most daring of the episodes that we've seen.
Yeah. It's like what we were talking about in Mad Men, where it's just like, you don't really like the things that are happening, but you, like, it makes it very complex and very interesting, and it's like a risk to put that kind of thing in your story, because it creates a situation where it's like, now she is like potentially a dislikable character, or like, she did something really horrible.
But can you blame her? Kind of, you can, because like she did a fucked up thing when she was later in life, but also she was abused, and also she says that she did it on purpose and she was taking agency for it and responsibility for it.
Yeah.
But is that a coping mechanism, or is she actually like an anime mastermind?
And then it's just like, is she a danger to anyone else? Seemingly, literally not at all. You know what I mean? Like, it's, she's not being weird with Jinshi, even though he looks exactly like him. She's not, like, resenting him or, like,
which
being
I expected
weird
when she left.
him, Like,
when she walked out of the room, and looked at Jinshi and, like, the
and
sunset.
then it's like, oh my god, they look the same, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that she was going to be like, oh, fuck this. I'm confronting a lot of really messed up feelings. But no, she just, you should hide your favorites, or someone else might hide them from you. I wonder what she means by that. Like, in relation to this story and how that applies to maomao.
Yeah.
You should hide your favorites, or someone else may hide them for you. What the fuck does that mean? What does she mean for her? Like, how does that connect to what she was thinking about? Someone may hide them from you. Oh, maybe she does know. Is that what it is? You should hide your favorites, or somebody will hide them from you. Maybe she found out that Jinshi was baby swapped.
Maybe.
And that her son died. And that's why she did this, is because she's not going to say anything. Because in a way, maybe she found out and she decided that she was okay with it because he was such a monster. And because her son, her real son, her first son, turned out like such a stand-up guy, seemingly. Maybe that's what she means by that. Someone else may hide them from you. Her favorite, her son, that she was able to have as an adult through rape, through conquest, I guess you could say, was hidden from her. And then Suirei might be the bastard daughter of the previous emperor.
Because they threw that in there.
They just chucked that in there somehow.
As like just a little something.
Just fucking halfway through in the middle of a flashback. I like Suiren as well. Mm-hmm. As a current emperor. Mm-hmm. And I also like that Suiren kept the painting of Anshi because she loves Anshi and she just cares about them all so much. And she sees her as like a daughter or figure or something like that. So she wanted to keep this like portrait of her likeness as a little kid.
Yeah.
So she kept that even though she wasn't supposed to. She was supposed to throw it out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the thing at the end, like, also can easily be interpreted, like, with the, like, oh, hide your favorites or this. Like, she could just be like, you know, you could, like, maybe you should just marry Maomao before fucking somebody else takes her away and, like, uses her for something else. Or, you know, you know, as it's been over a million times, there's a million things that could happen to Maomao. She could get punished in any number of ways or promoted into, like, crazy positions in any number of ways, you know. But I did like the detail of, like, she felt bad for the doctor who gave her the surgery, and then now she knows that there's, like, no competent doctors around because of this law that only eunuchs can be doctors. So she's trying to get rid of that. Mm-hmm. I can't believe how fucking...
And it's also fucked up with her because she's very complicated, but she's also super progressive and is like trying to undo a lot of the fucked up laws and stuff that were put into place by her predecessors. So like she's doing a bunch of stuff to like, you know, give more power to women, make them literate, you know, and inspiring jinshi. Like Jinshi's obviously inspired by her.
She's like going to the clinic maybe because she knows that the women there are actually way more competent. Well, also, you know, she could definitely have been inspired by the previous empress because it's like she knew that she was running the show. It's like, oh, that's a woman in charge. And
so it's possible.
So it's possible that women are not all incompetent, and she knows that because she's not incompetent. So yeah, that like yeah, it's
super interesting character. Mm-hmm. Very interesting character. Very daring writing choice. Portrayed very well. It very multi-dimensional, not even just three-dimensional. Like there's many different perspectives that you could see her.
Yeah, like you can see her as like cold and calculated. You can see her as like coping. You can see her as traumatized. You can see her as like in any like
almost like a vigilante, but also, you know,
but also like, you know, yeah, it's crazy.
Very good episode. And now we're caught up.
Yeah. But I can see why she wanted, like, it seems like she, like, because of all her, like, childhood trauma, she has just been, like, harping on, like, this, and it was like, oh, did I curse him? But she also just wanted to know, like, yeah, if she was ever important. Anything in any way, you know?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. It's quite the mess. Wow. Great episode. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys when the next one comes out. We are now caught up. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. I guess if it's on YouTube, there will be a couple more episodes before that. Because it'll take a long time for it. We're currently posting the end of season 1, so it'll be like a little bit, maybe another week or something.
Yeah.
There might be another
It might
episode.
be one more, yeah.
We'll see. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you next time, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.